Home gym versus the gym. What's better for results? What's going to give you better gains, better fat loss? If you're contemplating whether or not you should invest in a home gym or just pay a gym membership, we're going to help put you in the right direction. Let's do this.
I feel like if you've been listening long enough, you guys converted me on this one.
Yeah.
We've been working on you.
I mean, I staked my flag in the ground early on this debate, because I know both you guys were.
Consistency wins, Adam.
I know. And I'm like, no way. Energy in the gym, being around people. And I still like that, right? And I'm sure you both, sure you guys still
it's
enjoy.
It's a fun thing to be around.
But I think it has more to do for me, at least now, at least what I think. It's just a phase of my life that I'm at. Mm-hmm. I think in my being 25 or so, I would still stake that flag of like being in the gym when it's just all I'm responsible for is myself. I go to work and I work out was like most of my life. But being a father, having more responsibilities at home, obviously a big responsibility here, the convenience of, and then also the permission to train unconventionally, meaning I never did that in my 20s. Like I would never do one exercise.
Yeah.
Like it was
waste of time.
Yeah. It was an hour hard workout. Yeah. And if it wasn't hard enough, it was a waste. Mm-hmm. And so I approached fitness that way. And I don't approach fitness that way at all anymore. It's like something is better than nothing always. And in fact, man, just 3-4 sets of some good squats goes a long ways. And I would never go drive to the gym for 3 to 4 sets of squats.
There's definitely a pro and con that I think is important to discuss here, because there's an atmosphere in a home gym or a culture in a home gym, which would refer to the atmosphere. And then there's a culture in the gym, and they're different, right? They're different. Like in your home gym, the culture is very much, it's your music.
What you make of it.
On your own. You're doing your thing. You're kind of solo. In the gym, if there's a good culture in the gym, there's much more of a social component, okay, which is not bad. Like that could be great. Like it could be great to go to a gym, see people you recognize, get encouraged, feel motivated, support other people. By the way, this is for a long-term fitness journey. If you want to have success long-term, there's a lot of components to that, but the 2 important components that I don't think we talk about enough on the podcast is having someone that's more mature than you on the fitness journey, and then having someone that's also less mature than you. So having someone that kind of coaches you indirectly, somebody you look up to, and then having someone that you help out. Both of those will help you on your fitness journey. And being in a good gym culture provides that. In your home gym, you don't get it. But on the flip side, in your home gym, you don't need to worry about anything but yourself. And you can play whatever music you want, and you can wear whatever clothes you want.
I guess you could get that on some level with your kids being around and looking up to you and like just interrupting your workout. And I mean that has been something that I've noticed has been a positive, a big positive.
I think that's a huge positive. If you're trying to install that in your kids in the future, you're not making your boys follow you to the gym.
No,
right? When they're teenage boys,
and you're just showing them the energy.
They just see it.
Love it.
They just see it. They just go see dad. They see Justin go grab a kettlebell and go, and it's like
that's true.
So much is said without saying anything.
That's right.
Totally.
No, that's totally true.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, in terms of like the commercial gym or where you're going to get like the atmosphere and the vibe of like, these other young guys, these other young people, and then also the old, the people that have been there forever that are still in good shape, and they're very inspiring on that level as well. It's
totally.
Like you can absorb a lot.
There's also this for a parent, because you're mentioning the parent part. First of all, what you guys are saying is so true. Like if you value health and fitness, and you want to, like Adam's saying, instill it into your children or encourage them, the best thing you could do is have them be around it. Not teach them, not force them, but rather they're just around it.
I can't tell you how many times in the last 5 years I have gone in the garage and trained either by myself or with Katrina, and had Max in there on playing with his Play-Doh or whatever like that for him, not for me. Like I did not want to lift. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm
gonna
like,
do this as an example.
Let's just go in there. Let's just go in there. I'll do some curls and pull-ups and mess around and like I just want him to see that. Not even saying anything. I'm not over there, hey, try this, son. Nothing. Letting him play with his Play-Doh. But he just sees mom and dad doing that consistently.
Yeah.
I would rob him of that.
Invitation.
If I went to the gym at that young of an age, at 5 and 6 years old, all his brain is dad is gone.
That's right.
He doesn't go, oh, dad's off working on his health and fitness. Like that won't come together till maybe he's 10, 12, 15. And then you can understand like, oh, my dad consistently goes to the gym. So I'm not shaming any dads that go to gyms. So please don't take it that way. But I had no idea how much I would value having the gym in my house. So just that my son could see me go out in the garage and do that.
My 5-year-old now asks if he can exercise. We didn't tell him. He just wants to try it out. Now, on the flip side, as a parent, sometimes going in your garage is not, you can't be alone. You don't get a break because you go in the garage and the kids follow you. And sometimes you need a break. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you want that hour, you want to work out, and I get it. Working out with your kids around you is awesome. But you might want a couple days a week, like I got to get out of here. And if I go in the garage, I'm not out of here because I know it's going to happen. Timmy's going to come in and ask for something.
Mental rest.
Or the baby's going to need something, or something's going to happen. So there's also value. I can also see value in getting out of the house and not getting interrupted, putting your headphones on, or being in that culture and working out. Then, equipment is another one. Now, it's a myth that you need a lot of equipment. That's actually not true at all. If I wanted to develop a elite level physique, okay, so I'm talking like a level that other people don't even care about. You give me a squat rack, dumbbells, barbell, adjustable bench, and I got it. Yeah. That's it. And that's it. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
That being said, having a variety of equipment, especially if you're consistent with your workouts and your fitness, it offers a lot of variety and it's fun. So it can definitely be like one of my favorite things to do when I travel, when I get the opportunity. I don't get the opportunities often these days, but one of my favorite things to do is to work out in different gyms precisely because I find it fun. I love going into gyms and seeing, and it's pretty rare now that I see equipment that I haven't seen before. It actually happened recently. I went to that gym in Santa Cruz and they have so much equipment there. Yeah. And there were some pieces of equipment that I've never really used before. And it was just so fun to go use those.
Sparks that novelty.
It's great. And then there's other times when I'll go to a gym, like that time we filmed at that gym that you worked out at when you were a kid.
Nostalgia.
They had the old equipment that I don't even see anymore. The old school pullover or the chain, the selectorized equipment with a chain, not the belt. Like the old school stuff. They don't
bike chain.
The squat one is the craziest because I've only seen that there. I've never seen that ever.
Which one?
Remember it looks like 3 stories.
Oh, the hammer strength squat, the
one that's like 3 stories tall. Yeah, dude. Like you got to look that up, Doug, and pull that up so Dylan
it didn't get too popular because it took too much space.
I have never seen that anywhere in my life.
That was the only second time I'd ever seen it.
Had you seen that before that? I had never seen a piece of equipment.
You walk upstairs to get to the top of it.
Yeah, and then you lay down on your back.
It's hammer strength, right?
I don't think hammer strength. I don't think it's hammer strength.
I think hammer strength has one.
I think it's before hammer strength that made that. Look up a tall squat machine.
Or tall leg machine.
Yeah, tall lying down squat machine. Something like that. It's like,
but some of this equipment you don't find anymore because like we're talking about the bike chain type selectorized because it was so dangerous. Like you get a finger caught there, you lose. Yeah, but the feel of it is belt and cable machines suck compared to the ones with chains. They just feel so great. So you got that element as well with the the variety of equipment. And then if you value things that you might not have in your house, like a sauna, cold dip, that kind of stuff, that's also incredibly valuable in a gym. So there's a lot of things to weigh out. But I will say this, like working out
a long way.
Yeah, working out at home, you can create your own culture. Going into a gym, you're stepping into a culture. So when you get a gym membership, I tell people this is very important. There's 3 things to consider when you get a gym membership. One is convenience, because the data shows that's the biggest block. So if you can find a great gym, but if it's 30 minutes away, it's unlikely you'll use it. Number 2 is cleanliness. That will get people to not want to go somewhere. But the close third, very close, is culture. So more important than equipment, more important than how much stuff's in there, all that stuff. Like if you go in there and it's got a vibe that you really dig, that is going to contribute much more to
pulling you back. That's huge.
Yes, than anything else.
Do you think where you're at in your life really matters more on what you choose here.
Totally.
Yeah.
I go through different seasons. Like there was a long season of me liking working out on my own in my garage, and I still enjoy it. So it's not like I don't like it. But now I'm in a season of getting out and going into gyms and stuff like that.
Well, you know, it's funny now. It's like I'm drawn more to like the commercial gym setting and like the novelty of that. But it really is just novelty, and I go right back to the home gym.
I mean,
it's
I
like
think
my base.
I mean, the perfect world is if you can afford to have both, because I think having
that's
something
what the data shows.
Having that, because I still have my gym membership.
Yep.
So I mean, last week I was inside of a gym. And then other times I'll just go inside the garage. So, you know, for me, it's like, okay, when like my son's not around at that time, if he's at school, it's like he's not seeing me work out anyways. Oh, I have more time. I want to get after it. I want more stuff, go to the gym. Other times, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and he is home from school and he's there. It's like, I need to do something. Oh, let's just open up the garage and do that. I think the thing that is most amazing now, which we didn't have, say, a decade ago at least, was like the foldable racks, like PRX. You're because that would have been okay. Obviously everybody knows that
because space is an issue.
Oh yeah, I am not parking a car out of the garage for a gym inside my garage. That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
That's something I would do.
No, yeah, you 100% do. You do that. You have this full gym inside your garage, and your poor car sits outside. Like hell no, that is not happening in my house. But you can have the gym with PR. I mean,
you fold in.
It's literally 6 inches that all of that comes off the wall.
And it's like
when it's folded
it's strong and stable.
Yes,
we didn't have that.
Yes,
before.
No,
space is a big factor, but home gym equipment now has gone a long way. You know, PRX being the leader.
And what I love about PRX is I remember when they first did this, that's brilliant, because someone might be thinking like, well, yeah, I mean, squat rack, dumbbells, all this stuff, plates, like that's not cheap. They structure it to where you can, like, paying a membership.
That's the other part.
So if you're like, well, I go to Fitness 19 or I do this thing because it's only $19 or 20-something bucks a month,
that's
it's like you can finance it over the. So you know, if you're going to use it and cost
feels just like a membership.
Yeah, if that's the reasoning why you're not investing in an at-home gym, well, we'll treat it like a membership. Yep. And pay it like you're going to a membership and put it inside your garage.
No, that's 100% because cost and space were the two biggest.
Yeah, and they solved both those.
They've made it. Today's program giveaway is MAPS Anabolic Advanced. If you want to win, leave a comment below this video in the first 24 hours that we drop it. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. If you win, we'll notify you in the comments section. Also, everything is 60% off right now for Black Friday. 60% off all MAPS workout programs, all MAPS program bundles, all guides, all mods, site-wide 60% off. Go to mapsfitnessproducts.com. Use the code Black Friday. By the way, every purchase enters you into a contest. Top prize, 2 people are going to get a 1-week free vacation at the Mind Pump Park City House, plus $1,000 to travel. 15 people are going to get personal training. 10 people will get the chance to hang out here at Mind Pump for a full day. And again, everything's 60% off. It's mapsfitnessproducts.com. Use the code Black Friday. Back to the show.
You guys, real quick, I just want to mention we got a sale. It's up to 25% off equipment and select apparel on our store. Right now, there'll be $5 items as well. Sale will be from November 20th through November 30th. Go check it out at mindpumpstore.com.
Big impact in solving those.
Yeah. And you can fraternize with your wife.
Yeah, but back to, what's this, Doug? Is you pulling it up, that squat rack?
Yeah, it's called the H squat.
That's it right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's why I thought it was hammer strength.
Well, that is a hammer strength.
That is hammer strength.
The one that we saw, though, is way bigger than that.
Yeah.
That's so unnecessary.
Yeah. It's because it's a lever, so they need to create leverage.
So if you remember, the other one was a little bit taller and wider. I mean, it was a big
you know why that's a dangerous piece of equipment? Because you hammer your legs, you got to climb down the stairs.
What are you going to do?
Do you need to explain why? I know. I mean, it just looks.
I fall down off that thing after a hard leg workout. So the other thing too, just something to consider for people when you're looking for a gym. I mentioned culture. Here's what I mean by that. And I'll stand by this all day long. First off, you have to really try to get over the intimidation of working out in a gym. And I don't say that lightly. It is scary. I know what that feels like, not from a gym perspective. I've been in gyms for my whole life, but I know how intimidating it was as a guy in his 20s going into jiu-jitsu school, watching these guys compete or whatever. When you start something new, it is intimidating.
Yeah.
And so you're walking in and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody else seems like they know what they're doing. like what's going to happen here. So I'm about to scale this up for you. Okay. I'm about to make that even worse. Go into a hardcore gym. I know your intimidation just went through the roof, but here's why I'm saying this. Your odds of being consistent are way higher in a hardcore, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, hardcore gym, because the culture there is conducive to consistency. You get over that intimidation. You walk in as a beginner and you go into a gym that's a powerlifting gym, or a gym that is a hardcore bodybuilding gym, or just a gym that people are like, they really take this seriously. And you get through that initial hump of intimidation, that culture will keep you consistent. You go into the comfort gyms, the ones that are designed to attract you, to make it feel like, oh, don't worry, this is where this is no problem. The culture sucks. You might as well be by yourself,
right?
Because the culture sucks so bad, and your consistency will fall off. And I will put that in the dirt all day long. I'll stake that in the dirt all day long. Yeah. So find a hardcore gym and watch what happens. I think, who was it that we talked to? I think it might have been a caller a long time ago who said that. No, it was a clip. It was like an Instagram clip where this young woman said she went into one of these hardcore gyms and she was intimidated and she felt like people were judging her and whatever.
Opposite.
And the most jacked, tatted up dude approached her and she was prepared to get criticized. And he's like, hey, I just want to let you know, I've been seeing you coming here and you're kicking butt, man. It's so great. And she's like, I didn't expect that. And it's like, that's what you get in good gym culture.
Now, do you think what the primary reason for that, I mean, this is my guess, correct me if you're wrong, but if you're in this big commercial gym, you attract a lot of looky-loos, a lot of weekend warriors, a lot of people that it's not a part of their life.
Yep.
It's not their,
Totally.
It's like, oh, I'm trying it out, I'm in and out, I'm there for the social aspect.
Turnover is like super high.
Right. So you get a different versus this small, grungy kind of gym. The people in there lifting have probably been lifting for decades. It's small, it's intimate. They've trained for many years. They don't come here because it's got a pretty sauna or it's got this. Yeah. It's like, I come here to lift the iron, and I appreciate what this can do for me.
They will take you under their wing,
right? And then you see a new person come in. Those people like that's
in the gym industry. What you just described, the member that shows up consistently and takes it seriously and does it day in and day out is a loss. Is a profit loss.
Yeah.
They use up the equipment. They pay me their monthly fee. They do nothing else.
Right.
I don't profit off them. I profit off the people that pay me monthly and don't show up.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with the gym industry. But if you find, by the way, CrossFit figured this out. CrossFit crushed the typical gym industry in a very short period of time. Why? Not because of their workout programming. Okay. It's not because of that. Definitely not because of their equipment. Nope. These were warehouse, oftentimes
not
no
even
AC.
Yeah.
They don't have tons of equipment. It was like barbells, racks, that's it. It was the culture. And you talk to anybody, beginners. Mm-hmm. You would talk to beginners. And this part I had a challenge with because especially the classic, because you see CrossFit gyms, a lot of them with good coaches now, but the classic CrossFit programming was inappropriate.
Oh yeah,
for most people,
way inappropriate.
And yet these people would keep going, and it's like, why are you going? You ask them, why you keep going? Man, it's the culture.
People
it's
bring
the
you
people,
back.
It's the community. That's why I keep going. So that's the important thing. But here's what the data shows, right? Because I pulled up some stats. I'm like, okay, does it make a big difference, home gym versus the gym in terms of consistency? Yeah. After 3 to 6 months, people who start with a home gym, 50 to 70% of the people are maintaining it. In a regular gym, 10 to 37%.
Whoa, that big of a difference.
That big of a difference.
Wow.
That big of a difference. Huh. So because it cuts out drive time, it's convenient, it's right there, which is probably the biggest thing. You work out whenever you want at any moment, and it's right there. You don't feel like you have to get yourself ready, which you'll get over once you're consistent in the gym, by the way. You'll stop thinking about how you look, and you'll just
and I think if you take that to the next level and you don't put so much pressure on like a longer time frame, like I need an hour, dedicated to this workout. It's like if you can go down to like 20 minutes,
20 minutes.
And then you have, your home gym conveniently there. It's really efficient.
Yeah. I just saw a clip on, it was on the UFC gym, Oak Ridge Mall site, and our editor, Josh, was the one in it. I think you commented on it.
Yeah, the one that he said he went around and asked what gives you ick. Yeah, the gym ick.
Yeah, so by the way, that gym's got a great culture. It's my buddy Don's gym in San Jose. So if you're in the area, that's the place to go. But people were listing their ick, and immediately I thought of mine. Do you want to know what my ick is? My gym ick? The thing that makes me just people filming themselves in the gym. It is a thing.
You're so insulted. Some of our people.
I don't know what.
Well,
5 to 10 years.
So I'm gonna.
Yes, dude. Like they're setting up a tripod.
I'm gonna push back. Okay, because I see lots of value in filming your technique.
You think that's what they're doing?
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of that. I did a lot of, especially on deadlifting and squatting. You would always see me come in with my little tripod up. I'm not talking to the camera. I'm not doing anything. It's like I'm recording my squat mechanics, and then I'm after my lift.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I'm sitting down and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at what I see, and just so now to your point,
you might be right. I might just be being a jerk right now.
Yeah, just
maybe they are filming their.
So that's why I wanted to push back is because. Right. There's two types of people that are filming,
Because I'm imagining they're just filming themselves.
Well, there's a lot of
it depends on the gym.
There is a lot of that. Like, I mean, we're in a day and age where everybody wants to be an influencer, right? Yeah. And if you're into working out, what better way to start is I'm going to be an influencer for fitness. And so there's a billion of those kids, especially in certain gyms. So, to your defense, you might
be right though. I might be super.
But you got to be careful because exactly what I'm saying is that there's a lot of value. I mean, shit, I've coached clients to do that for me. I've said, hey, because I'm not there. I said, prop it up. Let me see your deadlift, and then send it to me later, and then I could critique form virtually later on.
You know what's funny about that is because I've filmed a few times in gyms. So have you guys because of what we do. And it always feels so wrong.
Yeah, I don't like to do it.
To get filmed in
not like that.
Yeah, I don't like it because I feel like I'm making other people uncomfortable, and I don't want to ruin people's experience while they're working out. And so it's like it just feels so. And technically we're supposed to because of our work. And it's also could be my age. We didn't grow up.
That's most of it.
Yeah, we didn't grow up with. Remember, I talked about this a long time ago. Could you imagine going to your friend's house? In the 90s and him being like, dude, you want to see my photo album? And you're like, yeah.
Phone,
And then you open his photo album, it's all pictures of him. Dude, you're like, you're a serial killer.
I just remembered something. I just watched this interview on Iced Coffee Hour, which is Graham Stephan is interviewing, and he's interviewing this big real estate mogul guy from New York. And he got a Netflix series, so he's blown up. They're asking him like what's one of the craziest clients that you've like taken on as far as because this guy deals with like $100 million properties, all this crazy stuff, right? And and maybe Dylan knows the name of this kid, but the new thing now are these kids that are getting so famous and they live stream their entire life all day long. Ugh. And there's a kid, this speed kid. What's his name? He just goes by Speed. Is that what it is? Speed? And he goes, bro, dude is. Hey,
my name is Speed.
Hey, dude makes $100 million a year.
Stupid, so what?
As a like 20-year-old kid.
So what?
Yeah, so he's estimated somewhere between $50 and $100 million. He's shopping for a $40 million.
Dude, money isn't everything. You guys, stop it.
Listen, I'm not telling this story to defend fucking streaming, asshole. So it's just like it's not the point of the story. Is like, hey, you should stream, you guys. No, I would never do that, no matter how much you paid me. But I'm talking about how ridiculous it's getting. So he's telling the story, and he goes, he has to have an entourage of about 10 to 15 people because he's live, and so people recognize where he's at. And he goes, and he's got at all times he's got 150,000 to 200,000 people that are watching live all day long, his entire life.
It's a Truman Show.
So he's he's basically a Truman Show, and so he's got a set of bodyguards. He's got like 2 producers. And he's just moving through New York like that. And he goes, it was so crazy to see. And also he goes, man, I would never do something that's scary because at one point he goes, we're touring him at this point. Yeah, that's the kid right there.
Oh, I've seen him.
And so at one point, somebody who sprints through the middle of his thing and grabs and rips his hat and then takes off and running. And he got to him, got his hat. Even with the security, even with all these people, and the guy who's telling the story, the real estate guy, is just like, imagine if that was someone who was actually some crazy kid who was trying to hurt him or do something like. Sure.
Well, I'll take it. So that's extreme, right? Yes, you could get hurt. Somebody could do something to you, but let's just talk about what that does to your psychology.
He has no idea what he's going to do.
At
least 20 years old, bro.
Imagine this. Imagine you're presenting yourself to an audience. That's what you're doing all day long. What it will do is slowly twist your psyche and personality into one that is not real.
Yeah.
It will turn it into something that's not real, and it's going to come crashing down one day.
We talked about this.
People stop watching.
We talked about this on our walk the other day, and I think to your point, that streaming your entire life just accelerates the point we were making. Yeah. So we were talking on our walk the other day about a lot of people that we know in the space, and how unfortunate it is. Even some people that a lot of people think are awesome and they're so great and whatever, but so much of who they are is the algorithm. Mm-hmm. And because they've gotten success from saying certain things or doing certain things, and it's this feedback loop because the attention is what they get paid for, or what drives the leads, or what drives the likes, or what drives the revenue from the channels. And so it takes a really disciplined person who built this thing with the intent to make money in business, that the algorithm repays you for doing these things to not do more of those things. Yeah. And it's insidious. It creeps in slowly. And then before you know it, you wake up a millionaire 2 years later.
Lost.
Not you at all, but somebody who has figured the algorithm out. Dead. And you figured out what people like and what they want. And you've now become something that is not you. And then at first, those millions of dollars, you fill that empty hole inside by buying things and doing things and flaunting things and going like, oh yeah. And then 2 more years go by and you're like, ugh.
As I've said this a lot on my series, it's like drinking seawater. You're thirsty and you're drinking seawater, and you're thirstier, and so you're drinking more seawater, and it becomes this fervorous action of desperation. It's terrible. This is how crazy it is. I will sometimes see people who will talk about crazy things. They'll comment on social media like, so and so OnlyFans model made this much money, and then people are like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that, and then people will defend it and say, yeah, but she's a millionaire, as if that is the most important.
Money is the all of it.
And it's like, it's not. And boy, woe to you.
Yeah, but it's so hard.
Who figured that out the hard way.
Immoral shit you can do to make a lot of money.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Why is that supposed to impress us?
Well, you know what? That one's so insidious because it's probably started from and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because we have friends that are like, you have people who I think are good people that start from a place of they've got good information, or they're trying to help or educate or whatever the reason is, but you can't help but want to start to play the algorithm game because it's what grows the business. And so it's like you modify a little bit, and then you modify a little more, and then you exaggerate a little bit more, and then it's just this real slow drift.
Well, this is like the 8-minute mile, right? It's like somebody breaks through, is like, you're just gonna film me all day long, 24 hours a day, and so now this is like something that people will model, and you're going to see more of this. It's going to get crazy.
You mean
so funny.
No,
it's funny you say that. That was the analogy the real estate guy said. Was that?
Really? Take it to the next level.
Yeah, he gave the analogy of the 4-minute mile of just like, you see one person. I knew what you.
I could do 8 I'm just thinking about what I can do.
Hey, that's for us guys.
Yeah.
Can you do an 8-minute mile? I got 9.
That's hard, you guys.
Hey, but that's hilarious that you went that direction, because that's exactly what he explained it, is that like somebody paves the way and shows, hey, you could just record your whole life and get all this attention.
Jonathan Pajau said it best. We heard him speak at ARC, and it just makes so much sense. When you place something too high on the list of values of the hierarchies, everything underneath that submits themselves to it. It becomes a god. So if the algorithm is your god, everything in your life will submit themselves, or will bend and mold themselves to appease this god. And only real God is God. So everything else is a tyrannical God. So if you worship the algorithm, it's going to twist and bend things in ways that, is not going to.
You know, but it's even that way, Sal. Still hard for someone to interpret that because you don't think you're worshiping it. People think worship and they think about somebody's bowing down and singing praise.
It's your actions.
I know, I understand what you're saying, but the someone else is they're trying to build their business. They're just trying to
frame it different for sure.
Yeah, it's so it's
well. What if someone were to watch your life in a real way? You know, what would they think you? What would they say is your top value? And that would be it right there.
Yeah, top value. Yeah,
100%. By the way, this could be. Listen, this could be things that are good. This is when it gets really bad. Like
totally
have parents sometimes place their children as their God. Yeah, and you see that in marriages sometimes, where our kids are higher than the marriage, and so now our marriage is submitting itself to our children, and then destroys marriages. And that's a tough one for some people to hear because kids are great.
I got a mom-dad story for you that happened yesterday, and God bless my wife for calling and admitting her own struggle. Right, so. Obviously, my son's getting at that age. One of the main focuses, we're also going through mentor family right now all together, right, is like we really are trying to teach him to, do a lot of things on his own and like help others and like trying to instill that in him instead of doing a lot of stuff for him, right? My son is, I think my son is pretty dang good at it already. I think the only thing holding him back is his parents. I mean, Katrina and I feel have agreed that we're guilty of that. I know I'm guilty of that. I know I'm guilty of he gets in the car and she called me on it the other day and like I buckle him up. She's like, he does that every morning himself. And I'm like, it's so crazy too because you don't.
Part of you likes it too though.
I know it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's
also faster and convenient.
Yeah. And I'm not in a rush. So you would think it's like why
helping them.
Yeah,
so it's hard not to.
Yeah. And so I know that I have to be better about practicing these things, and so. One of the things, another amazing thing about this school that he goes to, I hope I don't annoy people by that all the time too. I'm constantly talking about how great this school is, but I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. I'm going to write a letter actually to the school, to thank the teachers and everything that they do. And so one of the things that they implement, I think I've talked about this before, is for the pre-K and kindergarten, well, any kids that are under fifth grade, there's the school has got this crazy operation for dropping off kids because dropping off kids is
you got to be organized.
Yeah, they're very organized. Part of the system is fifth graders take underclassmen to their class. So the parents literally kick the kids out of the car. That's all they do.
That's great.
So it speeds up.
That's so great.
And
it's good for the fifth graders too.
And it teaches the kids responsibility. Teaches the young kids independence. It's so
so smart.
So brilliant. So brilliant. And we know that we could take advantage of that, but Katrina takes him whenever she wants to take him. She walks him up to class with that. So yesterday they're pulling up to school. She's calling me, telling me what happened, and like basically giving her, I messed up as a mom, no. Well, she didn't say it like that, but you could tell that she knows it's difficult for her, right? So he brings up to her like, hey, mommy, let's do the drop off line. And she's like, okay. Yeah, we could do that. You have to have the one thing you have to have is like this pass in your visor, which is like basically tells them that. And she didn't have that in her car. So she's like, oh shit, I got to do that. And so she's like, okay, well, mommy will get the passes. And he's like, no, I want to go right now. And she said that she could tell that the hesitancy had less to do with that she didn't have the quite passive. It was like she did not want to do that. She didn't. She's
leave him with some kid.
Yeah, well, just like she likes walking him to class, and she enjoys that. Yeah. But they actually, by first grade, they have to. So that's part of the deal is they don't want mommy and dad.
That's so good for the fifth graders too.
It's so good.
So good for them.
So cool. So
when they do that in studies, they show that less bullying is far less likely.
Dude, they do so many cool things like this where the kids have upperclassmen partners that those classes they go with those kids once a week or whatever like that. But so today she dropped them off for the first time. And she goes, oh my God, it was so hard to just kick him out of the car. And so then see the little fifth grader who's taking my kid. Like, hey, what class he's got to go to? She's like, and she goes, I did two laps around the parking lot to see where he was. I was cracking up. I said, good for you, how you did it. You say, because I could easily, we could easily like, oh no, mommy likes taking you, and then still take him. And
I told you a story years ago. I had this kid that I trained whose parents found drugs in his room, and they sent him to one of those like wilderness camps. and he came back totally different. And one of the things they did with this kid is they put him in charge of other kids at the camp.
Yeah.
They gave him responsibility, and it totally had a huge impact on this kid to have that responsibility to really lift him up into a new place. We had yesterday we had dinner at my mom's house, and I brought my niece, right? So this is Jessica's niece who lives with us now, with me, and she's just starting to. She's now been to a couple of my family parties, and my culture is different, right? It's something you got to get used to. I remember it took Jessica a little while to get used to. So we get there. And my parents always prepare 15 different things to eat, and so we got pasta with pesto, and we got lamb, and we got vegetables, we got all these different dishes, right? Well, my niece doesn't really like red meat. She just doesn't like the texture. She doesn't like the taste. So she's eating some of the pasta, and I'm already like, she's not gonna eat most of the food here. Let's see what my mom does. Sure enough, my mom's like, "What's the matter? You don't like the lamb?" And she's like, "Well, I don't like red meat." She's like, "But this is lamb." I'm like, "Mom, lamb is red meat. Are you a vegetarian?" She's like, "Oh, no. I like chicken." She's like, "Do you like pork?" "Yeah, I like pork." "Well, why don't you eat the pork sausage?" "Well, I kind of don't like," and I'm looking at my poor niece and I'm like, she's gonna all night. And I'm saying this in front of my mom, like, she's gonna try to feed you all night. Don't take it personal. And my mom's like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Yes, you are. You're gonna try and feed her all night." So sure enough, my mom, "I made all this food. You don't want to eat any of it? You don't like any of it? Let me go look in the freezer." So my mom's going through trying to figure out how to make food for this poor girl, and I'm like, "Listen, this is what she's gonna do all day. This is how she loves people. Don't feel bad." But it was just funny to see her go through it, because I remember my wife would even when we first started dating, she's like, "Why don't they just listen to me? Are they ignoring me?" I'm like, "No, I mean, yeah, they kind of are."
But
But I told them I'm full. Why do they keep offering me food? I'm like, it's just what they do, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Has she found out new strategies like eat slower or something? That's what it looks like.
You just got to be persistent, and then you just, I remember going, and it gets worse. Go to Italy, it's even worse. When I would be at my grandma, I remember when I think I was 12 or 13, went to Sicily and was with my grandmother. And I'm not exaggerating. This is not this is literal. She followed me around the house with food.
Yeah, I remember
all day.
Yeah.
All day. I would sit down and hang out, and she'd bring me something new. "Do you want to eat this?" No, I'm stuffed. "Oh, you don't like it?" No, it's not because I don't like it. Hold on. And then she'd leave and she'd come back with something else. "Try this instead." "No, I don't want it. Here, just do a little bit. I'll put it right in front of you. If you leave it, it's okay, but it's a waste if you leave it." Bro, that summer I gained, I don't know how much weight I gained. So it's like my cousin Giuseppe, which I love him. He's a great man, good father. He had gotten divorced in his, I think he was in his early 30s, and this is before he married his wife now, who I love. He lived with my grandparents for a short period of time. He gained 15 pounds as an adult in like 3 months.
Just being over there.
Because my grandmother would just feed him all day long. I don't know. It's just,
now because you have a family like that, that's also like loud conversation is accepted. Would your mom or your grandma be offended if like Jessica did something like "Mom, I'm fine"?
No, that's how you talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably what would be received better. She just needs to be like, "Ma, I've had enough.
That's it.
I've had enough." Yeah. And then like, okay.
And then she'd throw a little guilt at you.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have to
exactly. I feel like that's what she's just gotta get comfortable with. Like, "Ma, that's enough."
My mom would say something like, "You never like anything I make."
It's not true.
Stop it.
It's not true.
You know what I do? This is the secret. I've told this to my wife too. I figured this out as a kid. Is you go up to them and you hug them and kiss them. Like you shut my mom down right away.
Yeah.
I don't want any more. Kiss, hug, hug.
Yeah.
You're okay now.
Yeah. That's
So anyway,
That's
funny. I want to bring something up I saw on social media. I'm not a sports guy, but so Bill Belichick, he's a coach, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like a famous coach.
With a hot girlfriend.
Hold on a second. So I guess they were at a game.
I don't know. Is she a third his age or a half his
Hold
age?
on a second.
Okay,
Please.
sorry.
So they're at a game. I saw this picture. So I wasn't familiar with this. So apparently his daughter is 23. Bill Belichick's 73. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 times.
He's 73.
Oh my God.
His girlfriend's 24.
Yeah.
So they were showing in the wherever they in the suites or whatever at the game that his daughter just wanted to always be on opposite sides, wouldn't be next to her. And I'm like, how weird is that?
Super awkward
that your
for
dad's girlfriend is your age.
Well, okay, so
bro, he's 73.
what makes it more weird to me Okay, because hey, kudos to Bill Belichick.
No,
dude.
come on, bro.
Yeah,
There's no kudos there. What are you
Hey,
doing?
dude, stop it, bro.
No.
Stop.
What are you gonna do with a kid?
You're a 70-something-year-old divorced man, and a 24-year-old model wants to date you. You're like, sorry, sorry.
You imagine?
Not interested.
Yeah.
No,
Can you see this guy doing that? I can't see
Me?
this guy. Yeah.
This is old. It's maybe old me.
Well, okay, but here to me the big difference is like, I like to think that 70-year-old us will still look pretty good. You know
Bill Belichick looked like an
No,
old guy.
no, he looks like an old
He's
fat
an overweight
coach. He's an old fat coach, dude. There's nothing sexy about that guy.
A fat old bulldog, dude.
So because you have, there's some actors and stuff like that, man, for like 70, they still look great. They look incredible for their age. And so that makes a little more sense for that to pull, but come on, what is she saying?
I was just laughing because like your stepmom, like go hey, you got to go clean your room right now. It's like, who the hell are you, man? Like, we're the same grade.
When it's just fame and like financial success that's holding that together, it's so obvious.
That's
You're
the
like, come
picture
on,
right there.
dude.
That's the daughter.
She would never be attracted to it otherwise. There's just no way.
I don't know. There's also a thing that's like, oh man. I mean, you're gonna do life at that age, at 73.
I mean, no hate
with your wisdom, your experience with a child. That's a kid. That's a child for me. Let alone a 73-year-old.
She could potentially be a very mature.
Shut your mouth. Shut up, bro.
She could be. I mean, come on. Don't act like there's not 24-year-olds.
What are you going to talk about? What are you going to connect over?
I don't think they're doing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a lot.
I think there's a lot of chatting.
I think there's an agreement in a relationship like that. She's probably fully aware. She's here for the nice clothes, the diamonds, and all the cool stuff.
She's not trying to get him on her TikTok.
Hey, look at them together, bro. That's ridiculous.
I don't.
He could be her grandfather, not her dad.
Yeah.
He could be her grandfather.
And I think he loves having a beautiful young girl on his arm where he goes.
Totally, bring to events and all that.
But I'm sure she gets all kinds of freedom. She gets to go fly away for a week and do whatever she wants and hang out. Like, just as long as, like, hey, when we do that,
she's playing the long game.
Do that Hall of Fame dinner, I need you back in town. You know what I'm saying? When I got those photos with CBS, I need you to be back in town.
Do you guys remember that one really famous Playboy model that she married like a 93-year-old billionaire? What was her name?
Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah. Do you remember that picture?
Well,
he looked like he was ready to die.
He was Skeletor.
Didn't that end up being like a big court case?
Yeah.
Because of her trying the money and all
the
that.
family tried to fight her.
Upset about it.
Yeah.
There's a famous picture of them together, and now at least Bill Belichick. I mean, he looks old, but he don't look like he's gonna die tomorrow. The picture with
stress levels of a coach.
No, look at this picture, bro.
He's got maybe 5-10
No,
years
look at this
probably.
picture right there. That was Anna Nicole Smith with her husband. Look at that, bro. He looks like
the crypt keeper, dude.
He's going to die.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing too. Again,
they're kissing right
here's the agreement.
now.
I'm 80-year-old Skeletor. I'm rich as hell. Like, I'm like, what am I gonna do with my extra $4 billion? I've already given half of it to my kids. They're set. And my last 4 years, I have this super hot dime piece that I don't care. She's sweet to me for a couple of years, and I know she's in it for that. Like, I don't know. I'm like, there could be an arrangement there. There's
definitely an arrangement. Yeah.
There's no way that do you think a man with that age?
This is like transactional. This isn't like.
But no, do you think a man that is probably that old, wise, and successful? Okay, that is not a dumb old man.
No.
Okay,
he's in some ways he's probably dumb.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
In some ways?
No. I think he's absolutely brilliant, wise, successful, and goes, I got 4 more years of my life. I got so much money. I carve off a certain percent. Yes.
You know what?
Chalking it up to the game.
Listen, I picture, this is what I picture. I remember my grandparents, God rest their soul. They passed away not that long ago. I remember them, my grandfather in his 90s, my grandmother was in her 80s. And they lived a life together. They raised their kids together. And I have videos of them dancing together and laughing and joking and bickering in ways that only couples who've been together for 60 years can do. Like, that's wise.
Okay.
That's
okay.
That's great.
Let's play off this for a second. Let's play off of them. Okay.
Then what?
I don't know how it played out, but let's just say in this situation, grandma dies first.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 84.
Exactly.
He's worth $100 million. Yeah. Set up your grandkids with. He set up your. Okay. Set up your family with $50 million worth of assets, things like that. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
He's got $50 million to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, Anna Nicole Smith. Are you mad at Grandpa for hanging out with Anna Nicole Smith and breaking her off $50 million after he dies in 3 years?
You know what my aunts would have done? It had my grandfather at 92
I'm not talking. I'm talking about you. Like, do you look at that? Would you look at that and shame Grandpa?
Oh, I'd be like, what are you doing?
No.
What are you doing?
Oh, you and I are different then.
I'd
be like, Grandpa, I'd be fist bumping Grandpa. I'd be like, Grandma would be proud.
You got a piss, Gramps, I got you.
Grandma would be proud, you know what I'm saying?
Dude.
You took care of the family. You got a few years left, you know what I'm saying? God. So if someone, may as well have a hot chick change your diaper. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly, that'd be a fist bump right away.
You know what this is? What you're talking
about. And it's just other people that are angry,
Can I tell you something right now? I'll tell you. You know what we're looking at right here and what you're talking about. I know we're joking, whatever. Maybe you're not, but you might be serious.
No, I'm very serious.
You know what that is? That's not that many steps away from people marrying AI robots. It's not that many steps away from someone having a robot that seems hot and perfect. And
Stop it, dude.
Yes.
Stop it.
How much of a difference is it? You have
Human,
a person,
machine.
Yes, that's different. But you got a person with you could care less. She's with you for one thing only. You're with her for one thing only. There's nothing else there. I mean, it's yes.
You're providing protection, shelter, maybe humor. You could provide, even at 80-something years old, okay, a lot of other human things, bro, that are and by the way, she's only got to stick around for 10 years, and then she's still got the whole rest of her life to go.
I think that dude died like 2 or 3 years later.
He did. He didn't last very long at all. And you can tell he knows that. Look what he looks like in that first picture.
He was on his way out.
There's no way he's like, I got a good 30 left. No way.
He's like, I got 30 minutes.
Yeah. He's like, I got maybe a few years left in my life. I got plenty of money in the bank. Like, come on, dude.
All right.
Oh, man. I can't believe you're so against that.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I think there's something. I mean, look, teach their own, I guess, but just.
So you would rather him die alone?
No, I think.
Do you think he's going to find somebody else who's also 90 and think you're going to try?
No, with his family, surrounded by his family. I don't know.
You think he'd stop seeing his family because he has a hot wife?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they sued him afterwards. They sued her afterwards. There was obviously a lot of problems.
Well, there's going to always be the granddaughter or niece or someone. What you don't know about that is how what if they were greedy and it's because they could have got more money from Grandpa because and they don't.
But like doing that course we're talking about, where some of the most successful families, not money, but success is measured by that. Plus the kids do well. Plus, most of them give most of that stuff away. They don't even leave it to their kids.
No, totally.
And
so imagine if he was a man like that, and and his selfish little grandkids or something like that are all angry because this girl gets to have this princess life for fun. I mean, listen. By my defense of this is not. This is how I think people should live. You know what I'm saying I'm not.
I know you're defending the motives. I mean, I know the motives. You have to defend that.
And I'm also defending the 80-year-old guy who made and Bill Belichick that make that decision. Like now Bill's got a little bit more life, and maybe I would if he was my dad. And be like, Dad, maybe find somebody who you could kind of
find someone who's 34.
Maybe find someone who you could actually maybe grow old a little bit with, and you have more. But I bet you money he'd probably sit me down and say, "Hey, son, listen. I've got plenty of friends. I got plenty of companionship. I got plenty of family."
You imagine that your stepmom is 20 years younger than you? Could you imagine that? You're like, oh, what's going on here, Dad?
Anyway. I'm sure the son doesn't mind.
Anyway, I gotta ask you. I want to ask you, Adam, because off air you were talking about how we're gonna change subjects.
Let's hear this transition.
Yeah, we're just going in circles.
You were talking about how you've been using the egg protein.
Yeah, I finally got it.
Okay.
Finally.
So you're a whey guy. Now you're using egg protein. What's the difference, the value for you?
So I can't report on feel or I think its nutritional value is so much
They're
better.
both super high quality.
But taste for making a shake is awesome.
Egg protein's good.
Yeah, it has a different, almost like cake batter, frothy taste to it.
Different mouthfeel.
Yeah, different mouthfeel, frosts up the shake better. And so I'm obviously everybody at this point knows what I'm going through this week is I'm in the fire, still feel terrible. And I'm doing everything I can, supplement, vitamins, IVs, all the things I can to try and get me back to normal. And so every day I'm having a huge spinach, blueberry, banana, Legion egg protein shake. So that's like it's become like a staple on top of my green juice, on top of everything else I'm doing. So I'm just trying to like flood my body with vitamins, nutrients.
I really, I think for people who have dairy intolerance like me, a lot of people don't realize egg protein is just as anabolic. It's just as anabolic. It's just as good for muscle building. It's just as whatever. and it fell out of favor. It used to be the standard, and then whey protein came along.
Well, because price,
and also I think whey did a good job of advertising itself.
Well, yeah, because it's splitting hair difference for as far as the nutritional value.
They're the same.
Yeah, so it's really about price. They found, manufacturers found that they could produce whey significantly less in comparison to egg. So you're paying per serving, you're paying a little bit more money to go the egg route. So two people who I see, this is really good for. Like if you really appreciate better taste and you want things to like, the egg flavor will go really well in foods and make really good smoothies. So you don't mind paying a little extra for that. Or if you're somebody who's intolerant to,
like me.
Yeah, then it makes a ton of sense to go that route.
I've been using like crazy. Anyway, did you guys see the new military standards that that are controversial that they put out a little while ago? No. I'll read to you what I don't know why this is controversial. I really don't.
Wait. This was more of them tightening up the physical standards. Right?
So the new military
this was like remember the controversy when they said you had to be able to throw a grenade like 100 yards or 50 not 100 yards, it was like 10 yards or something crazy.
Yeah, they couldn't throw it.
Well, no, check this out. This
5 yards.
I don't know why this is controversial. The new military standards require both men and women to meet the same minimum physical performance benchmarks for combat roles.
Yeah.
They for a while there they had different benchmarks for women that they had for men, which to me is dangerous.
I think they lowered it to try and encourage more to sign up. But what do you do then? It's like you're training for combat. And that's you have to have standards. Yeah.
And not only that, if you don't meet these benchmarks, let's say, because they lowered them so more, let's say women can get in, you're endangering her and the people around her who would now have to try to save.
Absolutely.
Now, I guess where I would push back, right, trying to play devil's advocate with something like this is, let's say you have a woman who's not as physically fit as your normal military combat person.
Yeah.
And she's very much so into the tech side of military or things where she's never going to be on a battlefield or have to, and
that's
she's
different.
And she's interested, but yet the military.
roles.
No, this is for combat roles.
Yeah.
Oh, so for strictly combat
That's
roles,
right.
because I know that they have their
No, this is different.
entry level stuff.
No, this is for combat roles. So if you're going to be in combat,
okay.
this is
then
the
that's
minimum.
to me that's no brainer. Like
By the way,
a no-brainer.
By the way, I think they need to do this with law enforcement. I think they need to do this with fire. I think it's crazy and dangerous to put people in.
It's for the safety of everybody involved.
No, man, I really think it's not wise. And yeah, more guys are going to pass because guys are typically bigger and stronger. Okay, like if you're gonna be out there and do a dangerous. By the way, for all the female officers that go out and like I'm not doing it, so I'm not putting shade on you. That's amazing. But they need to have a benchmark and determine this is what's considered the minimum, and it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever.
I agree. If it's purely you or that's what you are going to do for that service is like literally military combat, which means there's a very good chance if you go to combat, you're going to be fighting with someone, shooting someone, having to run, how to do those things,
or all kinds of unpredictable.
But I don't think that should be.
Standards are hard. It's like you train your best to meet those standards, or you don't. You don't pass. It's like. You got to have rigid standards for something that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. No, I feel like my point is just like I wouldn't just because a girl or guy is overweight and out of shape, but are just a brilliant military strategist or have skills brain wise
for the role, right?
Depends right. For a role in the military, it's like, that would be silly to cut them out just because of that. But if you're like, I'm signing up for combat, you know what I'm saying? It's like, which is weird because we do it for certain levels of that. Like no Navy SEALs getting in.
No,
you can't be a Navy SEAL without being elite and all that. It's not like we're lowering the bar for Navy SEALs. So it's not like we're like, oh, hey, we're gonna not make it so hard. Anybody can be a SEAL now. It's like, no, that's stupid.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something with Space Force?
I sent over to you guys.
All right, so what
happened? You guys brought up remember
the 3-Eye Atlas? The comet. We were talking about that, speculating whether or not that was just a comet or it had some other.
It's another.
Attributes.
Did you see what I sent you guys? Is now they're showing like other like ships or things that are.
So I've been looking.
Yeah, so like they're I forget what did they show, like different like satellites kind of coming off of it or like different.
Doug, pull it up. I sent it in the group thread.
So I did some research.
Okay,
I did some research. I think what's happening right now is news outlets are sensationalizing certain things to get clicks because. I actually looked at what experts actually think, and the vast majority of them are like, it's a comet.
Yeah.
It's a comet. It's got all the evidence of comet.
So what I told Justin is I think this is all conditioning us get us
social conditioning
to get us ready to spend
$1 trillion
trillions of dollars on Space Force.
Space Force.
Everybody listening right now, not everybody. There's still people that are naive to believe that a lot of these wars around the world that we do is real. But most people understand that a majority of these wars that we do is a bunch of bullshit now. Okay? It is a bunch of bullshit that we've created.
They've hustled us,
and it is a way for us to divert billions and trillions of dollar taxpayer money to fund all of this, right? And I think that most people are kept both on the conservative side and the liberal side has been on that way for a long time. Even the conservative side is waking up to how much bullshit so many of these wars are. And so since everybody's getting privy to it, it's like, well, what do we got to do to still get all that money? You know what? Aliens. Aliens.
How can we scare them?
Right. How can we scare them? And people will be uncertain both on left and right. And it's like, let's create this.
It's been a process, and you saw the UFOs in New Jersey.
Slowly dripping it to us.
Why else would that be so visible? I mean, this is all a big process of like, if you look at it from a psychological perspective, like you need to introduce it in doses. And the latest one too is like they're showing on Google Earth that there was like an actual underneath the water. I think it was near Malibu. Like they showed this like irregular formation. It looked like, and people were reporting UFOs would go in to some underwater base in a sense. And so they're like showing things like that. Like now they're like, oh, like somebody from the military like is now speaking out on it. Like this was something that we've known about.
I hate to break it to people, but if there is
a 20-year plan, it's a 20-year plan.
Probably if there's an alien species that's able to travel light years over here and survive, like our military ain't gonna do nothing. They've got technology that's
obviously it's way more advanced.
Yeah, we're toast.
That's why it's a joke. That's why this is all a 20-year plan of conditioning us, and then we'll have something that'll scare us, not so much to where because if you dropped something that's really trying to scare us right now, it'd be like chaos right now. But if you trickle it, like Justin's saying, just a little bit more here and there, quiet for a while, then a little bit here, then probably in like 15 years from now when aliens are like, see, I told you aliens were coming or whatever that, or they like, then once they stage it that much to where we get everyone to get on board, and it's like, yeah, we need trillions of dollars for Space Force now.
Yeah.
Have you seen, I mean, there's,
save us.
Yeah. Did you know was it SpaceX? That's Elon's company, right?
Yeah.
90% of the stuff that goes up into space and satellites is through SpaceX.
Yeah.
90%. And he took a company that everybody thought was going to be like, oh, how are you going to profit off this?
Yeah.
Turn it into this incredibly.
He's taking satellites from other countries and he's blasting it all up there.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty wild.
Through SpaceX.
It's funny the amount of people that still doubt him as an entrepreneur.
Well,
oh, as an entrepreneur? No way.
Yeah.
And he's still like, there's no aliens. Like he's the one, he's like, I'll let you guys know.
That's because he is an alien. He doesn't want us to know.
Well, I didn't even think about that. Jeez. Mind blown.
There you go, dude. Yeah. You believe in the moon? Intera Skincare has the best skincare products with the highest amount of active peptides you'll find anywhere. Peptides like GHKCU, which boost collagen production by 70%. This is real deal medical technology. It's the highest that you'll find anywhere. Go to enteraskincare.com/MPM. That's ENTERA skincare.com/MPM. Use the code MPM for a discount.
By the way, from November 28th to the 30th, Entera is offering exclusive Black Friday deals, followed by a one-day Cyber Monday event on December 1st. Go check them out. enteraskincare.com/MPM.
This segment of the podcast is brought to you by Mind Pump Fitness Coaching. This is the #1 course that teaches trainers and coaches how to build sustainable 6-figure plus businesses and careers in fitness. Look, it's roundtable based, so you can hear Adam, Justin, and myself teaching you how to build a better business, get more leads, close more deals, close bigger deals, and be more effective trainers. By the way, our course is nationally recognized. In fact, it gives you 1.9 CEUs with or for your NASM certification. Find out more at mindpumpfitnesscoaching.com.
Our first caller is Kara from Arkansas.
Hi, Kara.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
How can we help you?
Thanks for having me on. First off, I'm going to say I'm a runner with the CrossFit problem, so be nice.
All right.
So I was a college basketball player and I gained over 100 pounds in my mid 20s when I got pregnant. At the end of my 20s, I kind of got tired of it. And so I got serious and lost over 100 pounds. I did it by running and consistently eating about 1,200 calories. I kept it off that way for about 10 years until right before my 40s. I decided to kind of kick it up a notch and started counting macros, upped my protein. I've ran consistently throughout all of those years. I absolutely love it. And then I joined CrossFit at the same time, right before 40. Loved it also. I got down to a really lean body fat. The two DEXA scans had me at like 10 and 11%. And I loved the long, lean look. I should tell you, I'm 6 foot tall. And I got down to about 149. Then I had a friend talk me into starting to try to put on muscle. And I upped my calories to around 2,200 a day. I gained 20 plus pounds over the last 2-3 years. And I kind of hate the way I look. My daughter says that I have a sleeper's body, and I'd like to change that, like where you don't look like you work out until you flex. And all that hard work, I kind of want to look like I work out all the time. The last year I stopped doing Metcons, partially because of the pain, but I also got a little concerned with maybe it was being too much with the running, lifting, and CrossFit. But I do love lots of activity. I cut my calories back to 1,800, but I'm struggling to hit it. And I did macro straight for 3 years, never really missed a beat, had no problem sticking to it until recently. But my middle just looks soft, pudgy, poochy, and kind of fat. So my question is basically, what am I doing wrong? I really love running for the stress relief, and I love endurance. I love to be able to look back and say I did that. But I do love the muscle. I just miss being really lean. So any guidance on what I should be doing with lifting wise?
Yeah,
totally solvable.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the details. Actually, that tells us quite a bit. So I'm going to give you like a visual. Is that okay? So I can kind of illustrate
Yes.
something? Okay. So over here you have a continuum. So to my left and my right, there's a continuum. On the left is unhealthy relationship with exercise and diet, or activity and diet. And on the right is also unhealthy relationship with exercise and diet, but they look different. On the left, you have punishing myself, beating myself up, I'm restricting, I'm punishing myself essentially with exercise and diet. And on the right is as I'm also punishing myself, but it looks different. Looks like I'm overeating, I'm indulging, I'm not active. I'm essentially not taking care of myself as well. So this is what it looks like. In the middle is healthy. Okay.
Okay.
So where do you think you are right now? And where do you think you were when you were 100 pounds heavy?
I think I went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
You did.
But and unfortunately, I just love that end of the spectrum.
Yeah. You actually don't love it, Cara. You're just so used to hating yourself that it feels familiar.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that it's hard to hear that because I can do that myself.
It is.
But, familiarity can feel comfortable because it feels like you're in control. So it's like, I know what this is like. I know what this feels like. I've been here for so long. But you can't hate yourself into better health. And what's going to happen if we don't, because here's the deal. What you're looking for, like what's my workout? What's the diet? What is that going to look like? That has to flow out of a good relationship with exercise and diet, or with yourself. Because I can give you the right answers, but if the root is still hating yourself, it's not going to last very long.
Okay.
In fact, it won't feel good. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to feel uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. So I'll give you what the answer is, but you really got to take what I'm saying seriously. Otherwise, it's just going to you're going to ping pong back and forth. And my guess is you're going to start to veer more towards the extreme, and your body's going to really start to rebel. It already is a little bit with the pain, hormone issues. You may get hair loss. You may start to, just not feeling good. And eventually your body will win. It's going to rebel really bad. Okay. Or
I kind of chalk that up to old age.
Well, as you get older, you just get away with less. And as you get older, the miles add up in the sense that, you beat yourself up for a month. It doesn't hurt you as much as if you've done it for years and years and years. Okay. So here's the answer. You should do traditional strength training 3 days a week. Stop all your cardio for now. You're just going to track your steps, and we're going to reverse diet you, and you're going to hate it. You're going to hate every second of it because it's going to feel like you're not doing enough, I don't like where my body is. By the way, 100, if you're around 160 something pounds at your height, you're fine. Your calories are, probably need to be in the mid 2000s.
Yep.
It's just, again, that's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like you're eating too much.
That's at the reduced level.
That's
right.
right.
The amount of activity she's doing right now should be north of 3,000.
Yeah. Well, here, let me ask you this. Would you like to feel peace around this and good?
Yeah. I believe I knew which end I was at a couple of years ago, and I think that's why I started working to try to fix this.
Yeah.
I think part of my problem is the true enjoyment, because this is the only hobby I guess I have anymore. This is what me and my friends do. We started doing triathlons and did marathons. Then we started 2 years ago hiking the Grand Canyon. So we've made that a trip we do once a year.
Yeah.
And in all of that, I didn't ever up the calories. And so I in my mind, I was like, okay, this is the reason I'm probably starting to hurt a little bit. My strength did continue to increase. All of my max lifts continued to get stronger throughout this year. So I haven't gone backwards as far as that goes, but I never focused on lifting until the last couple of years. I do love lifting now. I hated it before. I will tell you, I hated it. I love it now. I just also really love running for the stress relief, I guess.
Yeah. Do you love it more than the way you want to look?
No. Whoa, that's tough. But no, my immediate answer was no.
Yeah.
I really want to look like I've put the work in to look good.
Yeah, that's the part of the problem, right? So if you really learn to enjoy the fitness aspect of it, then the way you look is going to reflect being fit and healthy. It's not going to reflect a very 10-11% body fat for a woman is very unhealthy. It'll lead to osteopenia. It could lead to lots of different issues. Yeah.
Well, part of the reason I started with the strength is my aunt fell, broke her knee, but she couldn't get up, and that fear said, I do not want to be that person. I'd much rather be able to work out and have longevity with this. That's really what I'm after.
Yeah.
I just also want to look the part, I guess.
I know you say you want that, but what do your actions show? If I didn't talk to you and I watched you for the last 7 years with your workouts and diet, would I think longevity or would I think something else?
I think if you look at the knowledge that I have, you would think something. If you didn't look at the knowledge I have, you would think something else. But I am a person that if I know what the plan is to get me somewhere and I have a good solid understanding, I have no problem sticking to the plan.
You're an athlete.
But I've been going.
You're disciplined. You're disciplined. You're an athlete.
Yes.
I have no questions on that. No question. I'm just trying to help you get to a place of peace with this, where you really do, which I don't know if you know what that feels like, where it's joyful, it feels like calm, peace, and it's like, and you actually just love it. And the way you look is a reflection of that. 140 pounds, 6 foot tall female athlete. That's even 160 pounds, is probably, I don't know, but I could tell you that just from talking to you that we need to move you more towards the healthy direction. Because look, I can tell you this all day long. It's going to hit you at some point, and it's going to get really nasty if you don't move out of it. But I don't want to scare you out of it, because your fear isn't going to help you either.
Well, I'm going to be more direct. Kara, would you let our team coach you through this?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the part that I'm missing is I've gone it alone. I've gone through this trying to learn, and I've learned a ton. But there's a part where I listen, I follow well. I'm a true leader. I know it sounds terrible, but if you tell me this is what you need to do to get you here, then I'm going to do that. And I'm missing that part, I think, because I've been trying for a few years and I've done well, but I can't get myself back. I've tried for 3 years and I'm struggling. So yes.
All right. I think that
we'll take care of you.
Yeah, well, let's set you up with the coach, because that just the whole process.
I'm very excited for you. What's on the other side of this?
Yeah,
you're gonna love your physique. You're gonna love how strong you are. You're gonna love how you feel. You're gonna love where you're at nutritionally. It's the getting there that's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. So
yeah, and you've been running. I mean, you have a gear. You have 2 gears, on or off, and on is full speed ahead. Off is like, I'm not doing it. And that's very, very valuable for an athlete. Mm-hmm. Like, and you've got that mentality. It's not going to serve you with this at the moment, though, and it's not going to probably serve you for a lot of things. But it works when it comes to athletics and competition.
The part that it will serve you is that you take direction.
If we can direct it.
You take. That's why I was
Get a
direct
better
with
coach.
asking you. Is like let us coach you through this, and I feel confident with your athletic background and your ability to follow direction. And then if you just have trust in us that we will lead you to the right place, you're going to be fine.
Yep,
we're going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Somebody's going to give you a call, Kara.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's talk with you again in a few months. How's that sound?
Yeah.
I'd love to get a
sounds
little.
good.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Keep some tabs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing. And by the way, I just got to say this. I know I say this every time. This is not how you coach people, okay? Because we're on a call for.
We have 5 minutes.
It's the shock
We
and awe.
have 5 minutes.
This would be a long conversation. I wouldn't be so like,
I know.
But I mean, you can see even for herself as she's talking, she's hearing what she's saying.
Yes.
And it's like, ooh, this, and you're being recorded. I know what that's like because we're
It's
recording
not
every day.
benefiting her anymore.
No, man. And we have to change this because it's going to turn into, we used to call it back in the day adrenal fatigue or whatever. But
I'm super pumped and proud that she was that willing to take
For sure.
guidance, because what happens with someone with her knowledge, her experience, her discipline, it's really hard sometimes for that person to accept I need someone to guide me, because just tell me I can go do it, and they have that attitude. But this is not one of those things that you can just go execute, because the mind games that's going to happen she's going to need to outsource that to somebody else to let her know, like, Kara, you're doing great. I want you
Hard for her is lifting or running. You know,
Yeah.
it needs to be hard. Needs to be like learning how to do something completely different, and to release those tendencies.
But I'm excited though. I mean, the fact that she's that open. I think when our team gets a hold of her, she's going to be in 3-4 months. She's going to be pumped. Watch. Yeah, it's gonna be
Huge
cool.
transformation.
Our next caller is Garrett from Michigan.
what's up, Garrett?
What's happening?
What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Oh, this feels so surreal seeing you guys. It's awesome.
How can we help you, dude?
Yeah. I guess I'll just read my email and I'll just, I'll go from there.
All right.
Yep.
Hello, I'm a 22-year-old male. I need your help with knowing the proper amount of calories because I have a physically demanding job. I work 6 to 7 days a week. I've made great gains, but I've currently hit a plateau. I eat around 200 to 300 grams of protein a day, 10 grams of creatine. Carbs are mostly centered around lifts because the more I'm in the gym, the more intentful. So I feel I need them more in the gym, but I track everything, including water, weigh myself, all that stuff. I love the bodybuilding mindset and the tracking, the discipline stuff. It has taught me what discipline and consistency looks like. I was cutting from 210 to 185. Currently, my calories are around 2,000. I want to get to the point where I can eat food, enjoy life more, and have a more healthy metabolism. I train every body part 2 days a week. I'm heavily considering changing to one of your guys' programs because I kind of know what you guys are going to say because I've listened to a lot of your episodes. I get around 15K steps a day, mostly from work. Honestly, I don't even go into the gym and go on the treadmill. I work in the automotive industry. I'm on, like assembly line type work. My mindset has definitely changed in fitness from hating myself, mainly because I've watched you guys, and you guys have kind of helped me, get me out of that realm. I truly look up to you guys, and I would love to see what you guys would say. So I'm trying to contact because I want to increase my calories and build muscle, but I don't want to get too lean like I've done before in the past. But I also want to have balance where I can stay dialed in fitness and nutrition, but also, look good and not get too skinny or fat or whatever like I've done in the past. For context, I do plan on doing bodybuilding, but right now the muscle maturity is not there, and definitely my mindset on health and fitness is definitely not there. My main focus is to build muscle, but I want to know where my calories should be. But my body fat percent range for building muscle and staying healthy is definitely a concern because I've been at extremes where I've been, sub 6-7%. And I've also been in extremes where I've been 25% plus in unhealthy body fats doing, dirty bulks and stuff like that. When I was younger, I did send photos, like one when I was like 150 and then one where I was like 186. The current one is 186. I don't really look at the scale that much anymore. I'm trying to like focus on the mirror and my body fat percent, but right now my main focus is my body fat percent. I do notice the leaner I am, the better I feel and the more responsive to building muscle and growing and being strong in the gym. And that was kind of, I think anything over like, honestly, it was just like anything over 15, 16%. I just felt like, I was like, oh man, what's the benefit? Like, what am I doing?
You're doing good, bro.
You are.
You're doing great.
You want to.
You're 22. You look great. You're doing good. Let's increase calories and just keep building.
You want to build. Yeah, that's the main deal.
Yeah, that's my goal. And I was actually talking to my brother. Shouts my brother. I was like, he's like, you want to build muscle and all these things, but you're eating 2,000 calories.
Yeah, bro.
Like
bump your calories. MAPS anabolic.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to build. Good body fat percentage to stick around is about 13, 15%. That's a great.
That's right where I am right now. I think.
That's where you want to stay. Yeah. Once you get down to like 10, it gets hard to build.
So that's what I've noticed. The more I've pushed, the more I pushed under 180. It was just like, oh man, everything's going downhill.
Yeah, 13
not
to
just
15.
physically but mentally.
And then here's the deal too, especially at your age, the strongest correlate to building muscle is strength.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get stronger, you're going to build muscle, and it's going to be like this for a while for you, for years. Now, at some point, obviously this becomes risk versus reward, and you can't just keep getting strong forever. But at your age, it's okay. Good with good technique,
good programming,
good form. Make sure you don't go crazy. Like hurt yourself. So be smart about it. But if you get stronger, you're building. So that's the thing you should focus on is strength. Bump your calories. A guy like you, as active as you are, I'd go up to 2,700 calories to start with.
Yes.
27 should be good. MAPS Powerlift, MAPS Anabolic, both programs would be great. And just get strong, dude. In fact, I think MAPS Powerlift would probably be.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah, I think that would be good for you right now because it'll take you away from.
Just go for that.
Looking in the mirror all the time.
Strength.
But 2,700 calories a day. Keep your protein up. MAPS Powerlift, and let's get you real strong.
But dude, just so you know, at 22 years old, you got a great base already.
Yep.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah, you're doing you're doing great. But we need to be fed. This is not a time to be cut, shredded. This is be fed, eat, get strong. You don't need a routine where you're in the gym 6-7 days a week. You need a routine you're in the gym 3-4 days.
You'll build more that way.
Don't dirty bulk. Don't throw a bunch of garbage on there just to get calories. Eat whole foods and try and hit 2,700 calories. And if you hit 2,700 calories consistently and the scale doesn't move up anymore, then start to bump calories again. Guy as young as you are and as active you are could easily get up into the mid threes.
Yep.
But obviously, Sal doesn't want to jump you from 2,000 to 3,000 right out the gates. But I think you can go to 2,700, hold there for a couple weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks.
You go back in
and then
increase your intensity and your recovery.
Yep, and then slowly creep it up. But do it. The thing that I think young guys do, and I know I did wrong, is when I go into bulk, I went into bulk and I just ate all kinds of shit. It's like don't.
That's so true.
Yeah, no, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Just eat healthy. You got a really good base right now. And you don't need to go one extreme to the other extreme. Like you're either cutting like crazy and getting shredded and feeling like shit, or you're dirty bulking and eating garbage. Like eat healthy, eat whole foods, hit that 2,800 calories, follow MAPS Powerlift, and watch what happens. And just be consistent with that.
The reason why we because here's what happens when you eat a bunch of garbage. At first, you don't get fatter, you just get stronger and bigger. So you're like, oh, this is working. And then it's before you know it, you start.
I spill over.
Yeah, you just gain a bunch of garbage. Weight. So
I've also noticed another thing, like now that I'm going into my third year, food has definitely been one of those things where I'm feeling it. I don't know if it's just because I was a little younger and I could handle it, but I can't eat, the garbage food and then go into the gym and get strong. It's just not. My body's not responding to it, and the way the food makes me feel, like it's to the point where my brother would ask me like to have something of whatever food, like a bad food. It's just like I can't. Like in the back of my mind, I was like I can't do it because Well, I want to, but it's just the way it makes me feel. Like
Good.
my
good.
lifts aren't going up and all that stuff. It's very concerning. And
Yep.
I've been actually trying to hone in on the diet for sure. I feel
a good bulking meal for anybody, but especially for a kid.
Steak or beef and rice.
You take some ground beef.
Yes.
Ground beef. Make yourself a bowl with rice, ground beef. Throw some avocado and cheese in there.
Yeah.
And you've got like a clean, easily digestible. You eat that 3-4 times a day. Throw a shake on there.
Morning time, throw 3-4 eggs on it.
Yeah,
lunch and dinner, eat it like. I mean, that's a go-to meal right there.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys, there's been a lot of like, I've been kind of confused about my protein, especially on social media. People are like, oh, 0.8 or 1.5.
You're good.
I'm like, oh my God.
You're good.
I just, okay.
200 to 300 is perfect for you.
Yeah, you're
That's
fine.
great.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Now, in terms of
Keep it simple.
carbohydrates, I have noticed if I overindulge on it, I feel more sluggish in my workout.
Sure.
Like if I eat over 150, I feel sluggish compared to if I eat 60 or 70.
a day.
Is that like normal? No, like
Before
before
workout.
my workout.
Yeah,
That's a
Is
good
that
amount.
normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, good.
It's a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
So if
Also pay attention to like what you're choosing for those carbohydrates too. I
Yeah.
imagine if you're doing rice and fruit, you probably feel really good. Maybe if you're doing things like bread, pastas, and
avoid gluten. That
Yeah.
typically makes people feel like garbage.
yeah,
But let's say you're gonna let me put it. If you're gonna do 100 grams or 120 grams of carbs before your workout, in 2 separate meals is typically okay. All in one meal, and you're gonna feel kind of
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like let's say I'm at 2,700 and I hit a plateau like in weight. Like, do I increase it like by 100 or 200?
Bump 200 easily.
But look at your strength, dude. If you're getting stronger and your weight isn't going up on the scale, just be patient.
You could be leaning out and getting strong.
You just be patient. Because here's what happens.
Okay.
You're going to get stronger. Boom, weight on the scale. Stronger. Boom, weight on the scale. It's typically how it works. So you're like, I'm not gaining weight, but I'm getting stronger. And then next thing you know, boom, 2-3 pounds will pop up on the scale, lean body mass.
Garrett, I'm gonna have Doug send you Maps Powerlift, and then I'm also gonna have him put you in the private forum. And so,
I'm already in the private.
then
forum,
just
yeah.
check, bro. Just check in with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
check in with us as you're going through it. Let us know, hey, I've been at this kind of weight plateau. Maybe give us some picture updates. Tell us what's going on, and then we'll tell you from there. We'll just
What
help
are
you through
your
the
lifts at, Garrett? What's your squat, deadlift, and bench, you know?
So that's the thing. I don't go for PRs that much anymore, to be honest.
That's all right. That's good.
It's very hard for me to hit a PR at this moment. Like, especially in my training, it's been very hard. I'll be lucky to add 5-10 pounds to the bar. But I've been doing 3 plates and a 25 pretty consistently with squat. Bench is like 2 plates and a 10 for
Whoa,
6
you're
reps,
pretty
6
strong.
to 8.
You're crushing.
Yeah, you're strong, bro.
You're gonna get some. You're gonna build some muscle on powerlift, bro, with some calories.
Now, for my deadlift, I try not to overdo it because I do work an active job and I do notice it in my back. But for deadlift, I try to do like 4 plates on each side for like 6 to 8. I usually try to go for the 6 rep range. Anything above that for me, I tend to get like those nagging pains or whatever.
Why not? Why bodybuilding? Why not powerlifting? You're strong.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Well, I was most guys my age, they injure themselves and they aren't into fitness anymore. And for me, powerlifting and most guys I see around, they injure themselves and then they're out. I'd rather just be.
Hey, I got nothing wrong with you doing bodybuilding. I like what you're doing. I like that you're not chasing PRs. I like that you're built where you're at right now.
Disagree.
Bro, you're doing good. You're training well.
Let's all vote. Let's see, Justin, Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all vote.
I'm the only
It's a
bodybuilder in
mentality.
here. It doesn't work that way.
Here's what you would do to not injure yourself. You be smart.
Yes.
And after mass powerlift, follow symmetry.
Very methodical with it.
And then get back into powerlift and then follow symmetry or performance.
You don't have to chase PRs.
And well, I mean, just for a while. Here's the deal, dude. He gets into bodybuilding. It's going to happen. You're gonna, next thing you know, you're going to want to get on gear. You're going to do all kinds of unhealthy crap with yourself. You can
they
train.
both have their catches.
You can train like a bodybuilder for a while to give your joints a break. There's nothing wrong with that. But competing in bodybuilding,
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if you guys can feel this, but for me, I used to go in the gym and like my training style was different, and I train failure, all that kind of stuff, unhealthy stuff, and then I kind of changed my mindset where I'm just happy where I can go in the gym, express my ranges of motion, and feel good
I love
and
that.
all that
Good, dude.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
It's a great mentality.
it's definitely
dude.
changed over it's changed over the couple of months. And now that I've watched you guys pretty consistently, and and it's nice to have that kind of mindset.
I think you're going to gain 10 pounds of muscle and pretty quick, like in a few months is what I think is going to happen.
Just check in with us, Garrett. You're doing great.
Okay.
We're going to set you up with power lift. I think it's
keep getting strong, man. That's it.
Yeah, you're doing.
I was gonna ask one more quick question, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
It's mainly for Adam. Like, I was listening that your chest was your weak part.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have just in terms of just an exercise for the lower part of the chest? I feel like I'm like that lower chest.
I think building the upper chest ends up making the lower chest look so much better. I think I think a lot of guys end up doing like decline bench and they do the cable flies and they're doing everything to try. If you get really strong on the incline, how strong is your incline bench?
I'd say like two or three plates. It depends on the day. It's like in between that range. Like I'm not really pushing for weight.
I can't believe it, bro. You're going to do great.
Yeah, bro, you're strong.
Yeah, you're really strong.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Weighted dips. Weighted dips are great. So if you don't do weighted dips, I'd say that's a great movement. But you just, dude, part of this is just muscle maturity too. You're only you're a baby, dude.
Yeah,
you're still.
Okay.
I mean, your physique at 22 is way better than what my physique was at 22. So you just keep going.
You're not going to peak till you're like 30.
Yeah, dude, you got a long way.
You got 8 years of really good gains.
It just keeps. And here's the thing: with a good relationship with exercise and a good base that you have, and you get a good relationship with eating, and you just stay that course, you're going to look back 5 years from now, and you're not going to recognize your physique. You're going to look like a whole different.
Be patient, dude.
It just takes time. It takes. But I tell you what, you stay on this path. 25, 26, you're going to look back and you're going to look like a monster compared to what you look like right now. So a lot of it is that, dude. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys. I want to say once again, thank you for all of you guys. I see myself in all three of you, and I've actually watched a lot of your episodes, and I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are probably the only people in the fitness space I feel that gives out positive information on health and fitness. Especially like people my age, they have a negative output on what fitness and health should be like. And I wanted to thank you guys for that. You guys have truly changed my life.
Appreciate that, Garrett.
You're a good man.
Thank you, buddy.
Awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the forum, okay?
Okay.
All right,
thank you.
Take it easy, man.
Appreciate it.
He's
Good kid, man.
He's strong.
I
asked him.
Great mentality on the kid.
He's like
strong.
2 or 3 plates on incline.
Just keep going, dude. Yeah.
If he's smart and he bumps his calories, I mean, he's going to be okay.
That's the thing.
You know, here's the
Get
thing.
those calories up and he'll have fun with it.
I remember as a kid not understanding this because what do you always hear? Like a man peaks and is 18 to 22 and you listen. You lift weights, you do a good job. You're not going to hit your peak physique till you're
30.
30s.
30.
Yeah.
30.
It takes a while.
Yes. And where he's at 22, his leg development, his strength, dude, he's gonna be a beast.
Keep pressing that notch, dude.
I hope what he does though. I hope to your point about bodybuilding, I hope he doesn't jump the shark and get on gear to speed up that process because. Man, and Garrett, you hear this, dude. This is the part where I'm not a fan of bodybuilding. I love the bodybuilding training. I love the dieting aspect of all that. But the desire to win a trophy, and I know that
also even if he's gonna get on gear, it would be stupid to do it right now.
Yeah, no, use up all that natural potential right now. So keep going the way you're going. Stay natural as long as you can. If you can, I'm not even a big fan of you getting on a bodybuilding show just because the temptation to want to hop on. If you want to win, you probably have to.
Dude.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but everybody unless you do a natural league. Everybody that's
natural.
Yeah. I know, right? So doing great though, man.
Our next caller is Laurent from Montreal, Canada.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey guys, how are y'all doing?
Good, very good. How are you?
Very good. I'm so excited. So weird to be like everyone says.
How can we help you?
All right. Well, I would like first, if I can, to start off with some thanks to you guys. Me and my wife, we love you guys both so much. We talk about you guys almost daily. People make fun of us because we talk about you guys so often. And one thing that we really like, it's your balanced view on fitness, the way you share it. It's attainable, it's sustainable for everyday people like myself. I also really like Prime and Prime Pro. I've had some, not injuries, but like pains that I was able to address myself. So that was life-changing. So that's so great. You guys are really empowering people
Thank you.
with their health and fitness journey.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And one last thing before I start, the Elite Trainer podcast is awesome.
Oh, cool.
I'm not a trainer myself, but I own my business, and the tips and tricks that I hear there, I love them so much. Kyle is doing a great job. Yeah. So
awesome.
really love
Thanks,
it.
man. We'll
Thank
share
you.
that
Tell
with
them,
them.
yeah.
Let them know that.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. So for a little background about me, I'm a window cleaner. My job is really demanding. I work all day, and I've tried multiple of your programs, Maps Anabolic, Symmetry. I've done Performance, and even Aesthetic, which was a big failure. But right now, what fits my lifestyle best is Maps 15. Anything else feels like it overtrains me. So that's really where I need to live. I've tried other, like switching even Michael Matthews programs, but that was still too much for me. So basically my question is, since I'm always going to do this program, trying to do some variations, I've heard multiple times, well, once in one of the last podcasts, you guys said that rest periods sometimes, if it's just 1 minute, they tend to be too short. You wouldn't really go below a minute 30 of rest periods. Yep. But the whole MAPS 15 program, even the 5x5, is only a minute. So I'm wondering, how can I progress my max lifts with those rest periods?
Oh, if you have the time, give yourself follow the protocol, but give longer rest periods. That's all. The idea of this short rest periods was because we were constrained by time, right? So if we were writing that for somebody like you, who's like, that's the appropriate volume for me, but I really want to build strength, and I do have more than 15 minutes in the gym, all I would do is I would just extend that time, and then you will watch yourself get a lot stronger by giving you better rest periods.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too when it comes to rest periods. Generally speaking, that's true. But a minute rest isn't bad. You'll get a little bit more strength stamina out of it. Some people build great muscle on it. Bodybuilders sometimes train that way. I can train that way sometimes. It's so you don't overthink it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think, but I do think if you
got the time though,
if you got the time,
cranking on intensity, I mean that's kind of the factor I would toggle between that and a little bit longer rest.
Yeah, give it a shot, and it's a good idea to change it up anyway.
I mean, this is how I run our MAPS 15. Is I run a MAPS 15 protocol most of the time, but I just give myself longer rest periods, so it's no longer MAPS 15. It's more like MAPS 35 minutes. So it extends it like that. But that's kind of how I like to train. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now, is that type of volume, and I just extend it out because I don't necessarily only have 15 minutes. So if you've got the time to extend it out, and that's the appropriate volume, that's exactly what I would do with you, is just give you longer rest periods, and it'd be great. And I think you'll notice a difference. I think you'll be able to stack more weight on there.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, minute rest is short. I love the compound lifts, deadlifts, bench press. With just 1 minute rest is like, I don't feel like I can progress anything. It's pretty much only endurance.
That's right.
So that's great. And what would be the time period? So I went through MAPS 15 on a minute rest period. Now I'm like, when should I change it? Should I do like 2 minutes or...
Go all the way to 3.
How would you guys alternate?
Yeah, I go to 2 or 3 minutes, see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 minutes for the whole thing?
Yeah. If you can do that, go all the way to the other extreme. I think you'll get great benefits going the opposite, the total other end of the spectrum. So if you're 1 minute, go to 3 minute if you can.
Yep.
Excellent. So second question concerning as well MAPS 15. I was wondering, I'm sorry for my English, how to add some volume, because I've also heard you guys say that 9 sets per body part is also ideal. So I was looking at it. It's maybe I'm understanding it wrong. But let's say for arms, I don't know if I'm getting 9 sets. Let's say for arms, triceps, biceps, and forearms. Let's say I would like to develop my forearms more. So how would I modify?
Well, there's a couple things to consider, right? If you're progressing, then it doesn't matter. You're doing great. But let's say you go to the 2 or 3 minute rest period and you're now lifting more weight as a result, that means your volume has increased. So volume isn't just sets. Volume also includes reps and weight as well. So if you go down to 2 minute rest period and you now added 10, 15 pounds, 5 pounds to your lifts, your volume has automatically gone up.
So be careful.
That's right. That being said, there's nothing wrong with throwing like 1 or 2 sets for your forearms at the end of a few workouts. You could do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So because the lagging body parts I feel I have that I would like to maybe most guys, is my arms. I do feel they don't follow. I have a big frame, but I don't feel my arms fit with my big frame. So I'm wondering how, like I've also heard you guys say I can prioritize it, like hit it first. But then I feel like my big lifts suffer.
Of course.
Yeah, they
will.
Of course.
They will.
You could look, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could either train arms first, or what I would do is I would cut one set out of a compound lift and add maybe a couple sets to my arms.
Yeah, where your strength is, right? So maybe you're a good bencher, you have a good chest, or maybe that's back, or maybe that's legs. Pick one of your better lifts, or what you would consider your strengths. So maybe that's your back or what, and reduce one set, and then
you swap it.
Yeah, and then add 2 sets of arms in there, and you can literally superset bis and tris.
Yeah,
you do that in the routine, and that's adding more volume to arms.
Yep,
and it's not going to overdo it. You'll be good right there.
Okay, perfect. How many times would you add it? So, I maybe do it 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
How many times would I, how many times would I add volume? Let's say to not overdo it as well.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're doing your arm, anytime there's an arm exercise, you could add a set or 2.
Yeah, well, it's all compound lifts.
Right. Yeah, I would add it 2 or 3 days out of the week.
Yeah, 2-3 days is plenty. Because you gotta remember this: when you're doing those big compound lifts, those bis and tris are getting work too. Yeah. So it's not like you're neglecting them. So those, and that's what makes like tracking volume per muscle a little difficult, because technically the arms are getting some volume when you do bench and when you do rows and all those movements. So they're getting work. So you don't need to go 9 sets of pure bicep curls and tricep, say, dips or something. You only need to do another 4 to 5 total sets in the week, and that's going to increase the attention to the arms dramatically, because you're still getting that attention on all those big compound lifts too. So literally 2 or 3 days of adding 2 sets of, some bi and tri work at the end of your workout. I think that increased volume will be more than enough to see the arms come up for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'm sorry if you guys are up on time.
No, you're okay.
Still concerning MAPS 15. Like, I love when you guys go, like, you do small episodes on like the best exercises for biceps or triceps or whatever. I still don't know how to mix that up in my trainings. Do I like completely switch one exercise out and use one of those? Because you talked about a routine, like the best bicep routine, and you have 3 exercises, like just for biceps. So is there a way for me to use some of that, or stick to compounds?
No. So whenever you're doing a direct arm exercise, I mean, pick from one of those 3. So think elbow position more than anything. So a bicep exercise where your arms are by your side, maybe one where your elbows are behind your body, maybe one where they're in front of you. So what that would look like is a standing barbell curl, an incline curl, and then a preacher curl. That would be an example of different elbow position. The same thing with triceps, by my sides, in front of me, up by my head. And so you could just kind of rotate them.
I mean, I don't off the top of my head remember exactly what we said that, but I do remember we did 3 exercises. That might be an easy way for you to do this, by the way. Just like with Sal, so 3 days a week. I think we did 3 exercises for the 3 best for your arms. Do one of each of those. Do one for bis, one for tribes on one day. On another day, do the number 2 one for each of those, and then the third day do the number 3 one. Mm-hmm. So those are take all 3 of those.
That's right.
And make that each individual day, and then just do 2 sets of each of those exercises.
Perfect. So they don't need to be all lined up in the same workout.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
In the week, it'll be perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
spread them out.
That's a great way to add it.
Yep.
Great. Well, I love it. Thank you guys.
All right, man. Appreciate the support.
I really enjoyed your time. Yeah, no, it's our pleasure. Have a great time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, I like we get callers like this, because you see young man fit, and you think, is MAPS 15 enough? Yeah.
I know.
Great results.
Yeah.
Most people would get great results on that kind of a protocol.
Always surprising.
It's just so much less than what you would see put out by the fitness industry as an effective workout.
Yeah.
But it's very effective.
Yep.
Our next caller is Cheryl from California.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hello.
Hi, guys. This is like a girls' night out with some of my favorite people.
Hey, thank you so much.
We're on a date.
How you doing?
Great.
I'm happily married, I have to say.
Oh,
Good. Sorry.
I don't want to throw my husband
How can we help
under
you?
the bus. Under the bus. Well, thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate this. It took me some nerve to write this, so this is written after a few martinis. So I'm just going to see how we do.
All right.
I can't wait to hear this.
Okay. Hi, Mind Pump. Both my kids are now at college, and so I found myself with a lot of time this past summer and fall and ended up taking on 2 endurance type activities that I fell in love with and want to continue. One was to paddleboard around Lake Tahoe, and the other was to hike around Lake Tahoe on the Tahoe Rim Trail. These then led me to want to hike most weekends, now between 10 and 25 miles. I was hoping to go into a reverse diet this fall and build quite a bit of muscle over the winter. I'm not sure how to balance these 2 goals of endurance and building muscle, or even if that's possible. With winter coming, I'll definitely be lowering the amount of steps I have each week, but I see myself trending this way for the next several years, where I have a winter to focus on strength and a summer to focus on endurance. I'm just not really sure how to eat to maximize both. I'm 5'4", currently 140 pounds. I'm a 54-year-old woman. And thank you so much for your guidance. You guys certainly have been in my ears all throughout Lake Tahoe Basin.
Wonderful.
That is great.
This is great. By the way, it's a very sober sounding email.
Yeah.
Nothing wild.
I wonder if you ever run into my sister. This is her favorite thing to do around Lake Tahoe. She paddleboards around Lake Tahoe like every weekend.
Yeah. By the way, Cheryl, following the seasons the way you're doing it is so healthy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's so healthy. It's great to go into a strength season, build muscle. Then you're into something that's more stamina and
also
endurance.
Love the endurance activities you're choosing. Paddleboarding and hiking
because you love
awesome.
It. So here's the thought process for both. Fuel the activity. What some people will do is they'll think more in terms of like gaining weight, losing weight, but really fuel the activity. So what's the goal when you're trying to build is you get stronger. What's the goal when you're out there hiking and paddleboarding? To have the energy to enjoy what you're doing. So diet-wise, it's not going to change a ton unless it's like, oh, I want to get leaner or whatever. Otherwise, you're just fueling the activity.
Well, where it could change, I don't want to say a ton, but when you do your endurance stuff, 10 to 25 miles, she's probably going to end up having to eat a good 300 to 500 more calories.
Sure.
During that time of the year versus when you're winter, way less steps and activity and just strength training. Right. Even though strength training and to build muscle will require a calorie surplus also.
Well, so I've trained a few people like this, and what it looked like was the food intake looked similar. It's just that the calories went to building in one season, the other one went to activity. So and you look like you're pretty fit. You look like you have a good body fat percentage. Do you have an idea of what your calories are at, generally speaking?
Yeah, so I'm one of those women who I think has undereaten a lot in the past years, and I keep listening to you guys, and I keep trying to do the reverse diet. I'm currently up from probably 1,500 calories to about 2,050. The problem is I've gained probably 5 pounds, and this is I'm going to say since August. I've gained 5 pounds and about 4% body fat. So I know I'm not doing it right. And then on the other end, when I'm in strength building and I'm trying to eat, I did a year and a half of weight training with a DEXA at the beginning and a DEXA at the end of that. And I only gained 1 pound of muscle and 1 pound overall weight.
Was that at 1,500 calories?
That was going again at another phase from 1,500 to about 2,200 at that point.
That's usually a programming issue, if that's the case. I think keeping you around 2,000, following a good, solid strength training program, I think is going to be, and I think what you'll see is body comp change.
Yeah. What did you do in August when you increased the calories? What's the strength training look like? Were you following anything of ours?
So in August, I was still mostly hiking, and I started doing a MAPS 15 just to kind of, I just felt lost because I had kind of given up. When summer hit, I just kind of went full on backpacking. I was really outside in the wilderness all the time. So my food and all that was kind of, I don't even know where it was. It just was backpacking food. Yeah. And so I feel like I don't really know where I was for June, July. In August, when I started back up, I was at about 1,600, I guess, and I've been building up calories since then, and now I'm at about 2,050.
You know what your protein's at?
Yeah, I'm at 135 for protein.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing great. And so are you about to go into just strength training right now? Are you done with the other stuff?
I wanted to. I just feel like every time I go in, I'm increasing how much I lift. So I know I'm getting stronger. I just really it wasn't really great to hear that I only gained 1 pound of muscle, and that's really what I want to do. I really want to be in that mindset.
Yeah, but you gained 1 pound of muscle while hiking, and how much?
No, this was this was over a summer as well, but this is from I'm going to say May of 1 year to so a whole year and a half of weight training with the summer in there.
Okay.
And I only gained the 1 pound.
And how much strength did you go up?
But I also want to comment on something just to, because in that period of time, if there was also hiking hiking where you're doing like hiking foods, trail nuts, things like that, where your protein intake probably dipped pretty low.
Yeah.
There's a good chance you built more muscle and then it pared down during that time because you switch over to eating a lower protein diet, more endurance type training. Yeah. And so it may be a little deceiving on how well you did. I think you might have done better and built more muscle, but then when you add in the period of time that the diet was off on kind of like trail food and you were doing that much endurance, you probably pared some of it down during that time too. So just consider that.
Yeah, that seems fair, because I went into the summer kind of, my arms were pretty good. Like I was feeling pretty good about them, and they're way different now at the end of summer.
Yeah. That's probably what happened.
Here's what'll help guide you really well, Cheryl, is if you focus on performance the entire time. So when it's strength, I'm just trying to get strong. When I'm hiking and paddleboarding, I want energy and stamina, and just let that guide you. And your body's going to change through each season, because focusing on strength is going to give you a little bit more. It's going to give you more muscle. You might even be a leaner. When you go out to, paddleboard and hike, you'll probably lose some muscle. Body fat may stay kind of the same. But if you focus on how you look, that might take away from the enjoyment of what you're doing. So just focus on performance. So like when you're trying to get strong, just get strong and let that be your guiding light. And then when it comes to the outdoor activities, like, man, can I be out here for hours and just have so much fun and not be exhausted and just feel great? And then fuel yourself accordingly. So increase your calories if your energy is low and strength isn't doing so well. And then programming wise, in the winter, more like MAPS anabolic is probably going to be the style of programming. When you get into the season, MAPS 15 is probably going to be what you're doing.
So even though like my amount of time at home or even in a weight room or anywhere near weights in the summer is pretty limited, should I just jump in on the MAPS 15 wherever I'm at? Just go to the next day?
Sure. Exactly. That's how we would do it, is like, it may not look like this perfect week of 6 workouts in the week. It may look like some workouts you get 2 workouts. Other workouts other weeks you get 3 workouts. Sometimes you only get 1. But just when you do have the time and you're back home and you didn't go for a hike, that MAPS 15 workout in. Yep. And just that frequency of lifting while doing that will help maintain the muscle that you built in the wintertime.
Okay. When I'm out hiking, like let's say I'm going to do a 20-mile hike, like that's a pretty long day. And I felt like I was just trying to eat like I normally eat and just add in a little bit more protein. But I was talking with somebody, and I said carbs. Yeah. And he was like, just eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which just blew me. Like, does that sound right? Yeah,
listen, I mean, look, there may be healthier options, but peanut butter and jelly is palatable.
Easy on the trail.
Easy to take on the trail. If you need gluten-free, that might help a little bit. But, what are you going to do? Bring a Tupperware with rice and that's probably not going to work. I'm telling you right now, Cheryl, I think you have a great attitude. I can tell you love the activity. You love doing these things. Fuel the performance. The rest will follow. Just think performance. If you get focused on the mirror and the scale and the body fat percentage, it's going to take away from what you enjoy doing. And what'll happen is you'll get less of either. You'll actually get less results and less performance. And so just fuel the performance. So it's like, how do I feel? Do I have energy? Do I have strength? And then the way you look as a result is going to be great. It's going to be great.
Some things that will help you. I'm trying to just think, because I know what will be the most challenging. I think you do really good in the wintertime building muscle. And then if we go completely off the rails with not hitting our protein intake and all this endurance training, a lot of that muscle is going to kind of go in that time. And then you're going to get it back. You're going to kind of play that game, which is, by the way, okay. And you be healthy doing that. But there's some strategies that we can do while you're hiking that I think will help preserve some of the muscle. Like, I think beef jerky is a great choice. I think there's some high protein snacks that we just partnered with Crisp Power, which has got these 25-gram pretzels so if you can choose some things that are snacks, easy to carry, that are high protein for you, I think that will serve. I think you load up on carbs before the hike, before you go. So you have like even the night before and the morning of, like get a good carb meal so that you're fueled for that long hike. And then on the hike, you're getting things like the Crisp Power, like the beef jerky, some of these like higher protein snacks that'll serve you.
And then, another thing too, if you want to just carry, you don't want to carry a lot of things with you and you want to help preserve muscle, and what you're taking with you are mostly carbohydrates or snacks that look like that. Essential amino acids are really, really convenient.
Oh, that's another great choice too.
You could have like a little baggie with, let's say, 20 capsules of essential amino acids. And then every few hours you take a few of them. And it's got a really nice muscle preserving effect. And it's just capsules. So it's super light, super easy to take. And you just take 3 or 4 of them every other hour.
I think you combine that advice with the beef jerky and the high protein snacks. I think we'll hold on to that muscle that you build in the wintertime.
Yep.
Awesome. That's a great suggestion. Thank you so much.
You got it. Thanks for calling in.
Guys. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love that. I'm actually envious. I'm envious of people who have that relationship with fitness where they're just going out and having fun.
Yeah.
Because mine is like, it's fun, but it's like, really, I want to get, push this, whatever. That's such a nice, healthy attitude. That's one that'll last for the rest of your life.
I mean, it's such a different, as a young trainer, I would screw this up.
Oh yeah.
As a young trainer, I would hear I want to build muscle and I want to hear this, and I would like try
healing your gains.
Yeah, I would switch everything to just trying to get to the goal that I hear versus recognizing that this lady has an incredible relationship with exercise right now and diet. She's in a healthy place and doing great activities. That's going to serve her for many years to come.
That's right.
And how dare I fuck that up for one more inch on her bicep and a couple pounds of muscle? Like that would be a horrible trade-off to lose this.
By the way, losing
balance.
Muscle isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah, that's why I made that point.
Losing muscle is oftentimes bad, but it's not always bad. If you go from focused just on strength training to now I'm doing more mixed with some stamina and endurance, like
it's gonna happen.
The muscle loss that happens is an adaptation to make you better at what you're doing, and you're not going to get these like crazy negative health effects.
Right.
Totally. All right, I know you liked that episode. If you did, check this one out. One of the keys to fat loss is protein. It's true. If you're not eating a high protein diet, you're not going to burn as much body fat as you can. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the smartest ways to use protein for fat burn and to build muscle. You got to watch this.
I wish I understood this earlier in my career. I think it was probably almost 10 years in when I started to just focus on this with clients.
I knew it was important, but I don't know how important.
Yeah, I knew it was important, but I also didn't